welcome back to another beer versus beer. Today I've got another Weizenbock battle for you. As you know, I'm a big fan of Vitus, or Vitus, however you want to pronounce it. But I've also got here Plank-Bier Heller Weizenbock. So the Plank-Bier comes in at 7.9%, the Vitus at 7.7%. I've had these out of the fridge for at least a little bit, just to warm up a tad. We did have I think it was the Plank-Bier where we had their Cuvée Weizenbock a while ago. But I haven't tried just the regular Weizenbock yet. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I did recently pick up a Schneiderweisse Aventinus. I know for a long time I couldn't find it, and all I could find was the Aventinus Eisbock. And I was going to put it up against one of these two, but I ended up just trying it again. You know, just sometimes you don't want to do videos and you want to enjoy a beer, because I often don't really necessarily enjoy doing these videos. I'd rather just sit and slowly drink these. You know, I feel rushed and it's hard to really sit and enjoy them. Just really quickly, you can see the difference in color. The Vitus is a little bit just more yellow, like banana color. The Plank-Bier is a little bit more orange. Not a deep orange, but still fairly orange. And definitely not it's definitely more orange even out of this strong spotlight or ring light. Does seem like the Vitus has a better head. I will try to get the yeast out of the bottom of these if I can. Sometimes I'm not having luck lately. I used to do much better on that. But I do find that it matters. So yeah, I think we did well on that one. Get every little bit out of that as we can. Much better head too when I poured it. Of course, that's from shaking it up. All right. Hopefully you can see the strands. You can see the yeast sort of suspended in there. It's going to be harder on the Vitus because this is a bigger bottle. It's going to be hard to fit it all in the glass. Oh wow, that on the Plank-Bier, a little bit of an orange note, but also something very like bitter orange. Yeah, interesting. Wasn't really expecting that. All right, it's gonna take a while to get all that out, so wait for that to settle down. I don't want this to take too long, so while I'm waiting, go ahead and start on the Plank-Bier. Yeah, a little bit of definitely a zesty, almost like a pale ale hop note to it. Oh. Okay. Yeah, kind of digging that. Yeah, it's got that typical Weizenbock, like what I call nail polishy. I don't even know where I got that name, that note from, but it's probably the alcohol content is my guess. Yeah, it's reminding me, is it Powhunter that I said had some orange notes? I have to go back and check, but it's reminding me of that, but with just a little bit more oomph behind it. It's really good. reminds me of a tad because of that, you know, you've got that nail polishy quality. Sometimes it reminds me of a Belgian triple. But not nearly as strong. All right, so on the scent, the Vitus seems a little bit more chill. A little bit more of that typical banana clove scent, which I, you know, really love and appreciate. Hopefully I can get all that out. Okay. All right, looks like I got some yeast out, but there's still some stuck to the bottom. I seem to have more trouble. You can still see some of it floating in there, so that's good. I can't really see the bottom of the can to tell how well I did. I'm having trouble on these Weihenstephaner bottles getting all the yeast out of the bottom lately. Well, the head retention on the Vitus is definitely more. I mean, the alcohol percentage is a little bit less on the Vitus, but not much, so can't be just that. They were side by side again. All right, let's go for the Vitus. Yeah, it's got that similar quality, that the alcohol note, which I sometimes describe as like nail polish, but not, it's a little bit more muted, so it's not too much. It's really good. Still got those banana and clove notes. Maybe a little bit of pear. I don't know, but very smooth. It's not as strong as I remember. All right. Yeah, just like on the scent, on the Plank-Bier is a little bit more of a, it's just a hint of like a hop note, but not nearly as bitter, but just that sort of, reminded me of Sierra Nevada's smell, but just a hint of it. Almost like a piney quality. It's very good. Yeah, I think the big difference for me is I'm getting more orange on the Plank-Bier, more banana clove on the Vitus, which is hard because I love both of those. Yeah, I think I know. Yeah. That nail polish on the, what I'm calling nail polish on the Vitus, sort of clothes the rest of it. Like it wraps it in, and it's sort of like, so like they're all blended very well together. I like that, very complementary. Yeah, okay, so I do like the Plank-Bier. It's worth a try if you get a chance. But I have to give it to Vitus. The Plank-Bier is a little bit of the finish is a little bit more bitter. It's not, I mean, strong bitterness, but it's just, it comes out a lot more on the finish, and I just don't care for that as much. It's not as clean of a finish. Yeah, I just prefer the Vitus. Very smooth. All the flavors are there. The flavor kind of sticks around longer, which I actually kind of like, but it's not cloying. And so for me, that's rather perfect. I might have to redo, I recorded a video comparing this to the regular Weihenstephaner Weizenbock. I don't know if I'm going to release it or not, or if I'm going to redo it. We'll see. But Vitus is the winner. All right, and we'll see you next time.